Hello Pakistan and welcome to Paki Tech Reviews. As always, mera goal, mera azm is to help you make the best decisions in choosing your gadgets. In my last video, I reviewed the top of the line iPhone called the iPhone 4. And this time around, I have another top of the line product for you running the operating system Windows Phone 7. The Windows Phone 7 is a relatively new operating system compared to the iOS for Apple. Lekin, some people say that it is as effective and has the same potential as the iPhone operating system. So the phone I have for you today is HTC's top-of-the-line Windows Phone 7 running flagship phone, the HTC HD7. Similar to the iPhone, the HTC is a touchscreen candy bar phone. However, that is the only thing that is common between the two phones. In essence, the HTC HD7 is a completely different beast. Because of time limitations, Windows Phone 7 का software review मैं एक separate video में करूँगा, but I will be reviewing for you today the HTC HD7 as a phone. The Pakistani market where the iPhone is highly desirable, HTC has come up with quite a few different good phones. And HTC का claim ये है कि वो iPhone से उसका market share capture करेंगे. So, is the HTC HD7 a good enough phone? Well, let's find out. इस फोन को पहली दफा हाथ में उठाते ही आपको ये पता चल जाता है that the build quality is great and the phone feels very sturdy. Second thing that you notice immediately about the phone is that it has a huge LCD screen on it. Like, we'll get to the screen in a second, let's discuss the build quality first. The front of the phone is almost entirely covered in glass with 3 capacitive buttons including the Windows key. Also, one thing that you notice is that there are grills over here on the bottom and the top of the phone. Mind you that these are not speaker grills, they're just here for aesthetic purposes only. The back of the phone is made out of plastic, लेकिन इस plastic का feel बिल्कुल भी cheap या नाजुक नहीं लगता. The top part of the plastic cover is removable, which houses the battery and the SIM card. There is a small metal accent surrounding the camera, the LED flash, and this is actually where the speaker is. This metal part also has another function and I will get to that shortly. So if you were to pick up this phone and hold it in your hand, you would know that you're holding an expensive and well-built device. Phone को on करते ही आपको ये पता चल जाता है that the two main features of this phone are its huge screen and the Windows Phone operating system that it houses. So before we get into any further details about the phone's hardware and any additional features, let's take a quick look at the Windows Phone 7 operating system housed on this phone. Just like the iOS operating system on the iPhone, इस phone का operating system भी एक clean interface और simplicity की तरफ hint करता है. There are barely any times जब आपको बहुत ज़्यादा menus में deep जाना पड़ेगा to get to any options that this phone offers. This, of course, is Windows Phone 7's home screen, and this is the menu screen. This phone comprises primarily of only 2 options, the home screen and the options screen. On the home screen, you have all the options compiled into what Windows refers to as the tiles. You have the basic simple phone feature, the people feature, which houses your contacts and Facebook integration as well. Then you have the messaging screen, which shows you all your SMSs in threaded view. Also, because of the size of the screen, using the on-screen keyboard to type up messages is fairly easy, and the keyboard is very responsive. You have your email setup, and then you have additional options that you can scroll through, such as pictures, which look very good on the 4.3-inch screen, and the scrolling and the pinch to zoom is very smooth. Your calendar application, and your marketplace, which is similar to the App Store on the iPhone and allows you to download third-party applications. I will get to the effectiveness of the Windows Phone 7 marketplace at a later time in this video. So now that we've briefly overviewed the Windows Phone 7 operating system, let's get back to reviewing the HTC HD7 as a phone. Just like I said, the screen is 4.3 inches and is one of the largest available in the market today. Now mind you that because your screen एक LCD screen है, it is not as sharp or as crisp as some other displays out there like on the iPhone and some Super AMOLED displays on Samsung phones. But because of the size and the responsiveness of the screen, this would not be counted as a bad screen either. It is my opinion that the HD7 screen is one of its strong positives. इस screen का size देखकर आपको ये अंदाजा हो जाएगा कि HTC designed this phone to be a multimedia phone more than anything. Therefore, viewing your content such as movies and pictures on this phone is a pleasant experience. और याद है when I talked about this little metal accent on the back having a separate use? Well, if you're interested in watching movies on this big screen, this little metal part pops out and becomes a stand for the phone. This little stand gives this phone a unique feature, and lets you know that HTC means business in multimedia phones. Also, in order to enjoy a good experience while watching videos, and for this to be a strong multimedia phone, it has to have very good sound quality. Well, to no surprise, the sound quality on the HTC HD7 is very good. So whether you're playing music or watching movies, the sound is going to be of high quality. एक और important feature of this phone being a multimedia phone is that कि ये phone ample storage के साथ आता है. You have two options while buying this phone. You have built-in 8 GB of storage, or you have built-in 16 GB of storage. The slight negative may be that this phone does not have a memory card slot, तो आप expandable memory use नहीं कर सकते. लेकिन with the option of having 8 or 16 GB of storage, मुझे नहीं लगता कि आपको additional storage की जरूरत पड़ेगी. Seems like you will always have ample storage for storing your songs, movies, and your pictures. और हाँ, जब pictures की बात आती है, तो this phone is not only good at letting you store pictures or letting you watch them on this gorgeous screen, but is also good at taking those pictures with this 5 megapixel camera on the back with dual LED flash. The camera quality on this phone may not be the best in the market, but it is considered above average, and your pictures always have enough clarity and detail. One more very good feature of this camera is that it is capable of recording HD video in 720p resolution. So now shooting still pictures, recording HD quality video, yeah, viewing it on this gorgeous screen, all of them are great experiences. The camera also comes with this dedicated shutter key, so you don't actually have to tap on the screen to take pictures now. This feature makes the camera easier to use. और finally, जहाँ ease of use की बात आती है, the camera interface is easy to use and simple. And last but not the least, when you talk about the good features of this phone, the software on this phone, Windows Phone 7, gives you a very useful and great feature. Because this operating system is designed by Microsoft, it includes in the bundle Microsoft Office application. This is the mobile version of Microsoft Office, लेकिन अब चाहे वो आपके Excel documents हो, PowerPoints या Word documents, you are able to create new ones or review existing ones with relative ease. So this phone would not only be counted as a multimedia phone, but also a productive phone as well. एक और bundle software जो Windows Phone 7 operating system के साथ आता है is Internet Explorer. Now this is the mobile version of Internet Explorer as well, so it has some shortcomings. Lekin, taking into account the options that we have for mobile internet browsers in the market today, Internet Explorer seems to be one of the better options. Web pages open up quickly and look great on the big screen. Also, you have pinch to zoom capability available in the Internet Explorer browser. So, in a nutshell, the hardware is great and the accompanying software works seamlessly with it. यानी कि HTC HD7 के लिए काफी सारी अच्छी चीजें इसके फेवर में जा रही हैं. लेकिन कुछ फीचर्स और शॉर्टकमिंग्स ऐसी भी हैं जो शायद आपको इस फोन से थोड़ा दूर ले जाएं. तो वो चीजें क्या हैं? Let's take a look at them in the cons section. So, screen. माना कि इस फोन का स्क्रीन काफी बड़ा है और काफी रिस्पॉन्सिव है, लेकिन the quality of the screen still leaves a little something to be desired. The sharpness that you expect from multimedia phones of this price range is a little bit higher than what the HTC HD7 offers. Also, because the size of the screen is so big, the size of the phone might be uncomfortable for some people. And since the build quality is pretty decent, HTC has used metal accents in it, which make this phone quite heavy. So if you prefer smaller phones, lighter phones which are easier to carry, this is really not a good option for you. Lekin if the size doesn't bother you and you want a strongly built phone, the HTC is a very decent option. एक और limitation, just like I mentioned, is the absence of a memory card slot. तो अगर आप एक memory card slot use करते हैं to transfer your data back and forth between your computer and your phone, this might be a hindrance. Which leads me to my next point in transferring data between your phone and your computer. Since the Windows Phone 7 software is relatively new, there are shortcomings in the software. और Windows Phone 7 operating system की एक serious shortcoming ये है कि it does not seamlessly integrate with your PC. So if you try to connect your phone to your computer, you cannot transfer files between your phone and your computer as easily as you can on some other phones. See, Windows Phone 7 requires that you use their proprietary software called Zune. And Zune, just like iTunes, is another application that you have to run in order to transfer files between your computer and your phone. And as we all know, iTunes can be a little cumbersome at times. You're also required to use Zune to transfer your videos, photos, and songs to your phone. This can sometimes turn out to be a liability that you don't necessarily want to undertake. Also, while we're on the topic of software limitations for the HD7, I have to let you know that there's only a very small number of applications available, unlike the App Store for Apple. Or Pakistani market mein, unlike the iPhone software, Windows Phone 7 ki software is not that easily available. Customization and expansion becomes an issue. The only software that you can acquire for the HTC HD7 is through Windows Phone 7's marketplace, and to boot, they have a limited collection available. Luckily, they do have the YouTube app available on the marketplace, जो आपको डाउनलोड करना पड़ेगा. Also, software limitations की जहां पर बात आती है, HTC HD7 के साथ बहुत सारे ऐसे सॉफ्टवेयर आते हैं जो पाकिस्तान में आप यूज नहीं कर सकते. There's a software called Xbox Live Software जो कि आपको ऑनलाइन गेम प्ले अलाउ करता है, लेकिन ये सर्विस पाकिस्तान में अवेलेबल नहीं है. सिमिलरली एक और सर्विस जो कि Netflix कहलाती है, आपके HTC 7 फोन के साथ आती है. Netflix की सर्विस allows you to stream online videos, लेकिन ये सर्विस भी पाकिस्तान में अवेलेबल नहीं है, making it useless on your phone. एक और limitation when it comes to web browsing is that the Internet Explorer mobile version that comes with the HD7 right now does not support Adobe Flash. तो बहुत सारी ऐसी वेबसाइट्स जो कि फ्लैश रिक्वायर करती हैं, वो आपके फोन पे फिलहाल नहीं खुल सकती. लेकिन the good news is कि unlike Apple, Microsoft की Adobe से कोई misunderstanding नहीं है, and in the near future you can expect Internet Explorer to have Adobe Flash on it. लेकिन जब तक ये अपडेट आती है, this would still be counted as a limitation. और सॉफ्टवेयर लिमिटेशंस की बात करें तो Windows Phone 7 still has quite a few more to go. फाइल ट्रांसफर सिर्फ PC सिंक के जरिए लिमिटेड नहीं है, बल्कि ब्लूटूथ फाइल ट्रांसफर भी Windows Phone 7 सपोर्ट नहीं करता. तो जस्ट लाइक द iPhone, अगर आप दूसरे फोन के साथ इमेजेस, सॉन्ग्स या वीडियो शेयर करना चाहते हैं, you cannot do it through Bluetooth. Windows Phone 7 अभी तक मल्टीटास्किंग की कैपेबिलिटी प्रोवाइड नहीं करता. इसका मतलब यह है कि आपके फोन का 1 GHz पावरफुल प्रोसेसर अभी तक फुली यूटिलाइज नहीं हो रहा. But because multitasking is not too big of an issue in Pakistan, this should not really be a make or break decision. एक और चीज जो कि बहुत unlike Windows है, is that this phone does not have the copy and paste function in it. यानी कि अगर आप कोई टेक्स्ट कॉपी करके किसी और जगह पर पेस्ट करना चाहते हैं, that capability is not available in Windows Phone 7 right now. मजे की बात यह है कि now this capability is even available in the iPhone. और जो बात मुझे सबसे बुरी लगी वो ये है कि despite this being such a great operating system, customization in Windows Phone 7 is very limited. आप इस चीज से अंदाजा लगा सकते हैं कि you cannot select the MP3 stored on your phone as your ringtones. और आपको ringtones डाउनलोड करने के लिए भी marketplace का सहारा लेना पड़ेगा. यानी कि अगर आप अपनी मर्जी की ringtones भी सेटअप करना चाहते हैं तो you will have to go through Microsoft's marketplace. And this really turns out to be a bad decision on Microsoft's part. कि इतना अच्छा मल्टीमीडिया फोन है और कस्टमाइजेशन लोअर लेवल की. Finally, one last bad aspect of this phone is on the hardware side. ये फोन मार्केट में बहुत readily available नहीं है और कम क्वांटिटीज में परचेस किया गया है. Therefore, अगर आपका फोन खराब हो जाता है तो repair parts are very hard to find. कुछ versions of the HTC HD7 बाहर से directly import किए गए हैं, which means warranty service भी उन पर available नहीं है. तो अगर if you end up buying a phone without warranty और वो खराब हो जाता है, you might actually find it hard to get it fixed. खैर हो गई कुछ बुराइयां इस फोन की, लेकिन just like any other phone, this phone has its good parts and it has its bad parts. So what's the verdict? Let's find out. In buying tips, ये फोन दो versions में available है. One is locked with T-Mobile and the other one is the unlocked version. जबकि the locked version can be easily unlocked in the Pakistani markets, I think it's still preferable कि अगर आप unlocked version ही खरीदें. Warranty is available on only certain HTC phones, so make sure कि आप दुकानदार से या purchaser से ये पूछ लें कि whether the set is actually under warranty or not. And when it comes to the verdict, I would say कि if you're not a hardcore Apple fan, और अगर आप मार्केट से डिफरेंट लगना चाहते हैं, HTC can be considered a good option. माना कि इस फोन के काफी ड्रॉबैक्स हैं, but they are mostly software related. And because Windows Phone 7 एक relatively new operating system है, updates are consistently going to be in the market. और बहुत strong chance ये है कि काफी सारी shortcomings in the near future ठीक हो जाएं. Plus this phone has a considerably cheaper price than the iPhone 4 and some very expensive other smartphones on the market, so this can actually turn out to be very good value for your money. एक अच्छा phone with a powerful processor and good multimedia capabilities which only has a few shortcomings in the software department can be considered a decent buy. अगर आप इस फोन की स्पेसिफिकेशंस डिटेल में पढ़ना चाहते हैं तो I have a link for you in the description bar below. और अगर आपके कोई additional questions हैं, please make sure you leave me a comment on my videos and I will try to respond to as many as I can as soon as I can. I hope this review helps and until next time, thank you for watching.